Okay, so for this question, uh, we have to find a second solution. So notice how we have x squared y double prime minus 3xy prime plus 4y equals 0. And this is in the following format. Okay, so because of that, we have to use we can't use the following formula: y squared equals u y. To solve this, we have to use another whole new formula, and it's a little scary looking, but it looks like the following. Okay, so yeah, it looks a little scary, but don't worry, we'll solve it. So we first thing, let's take care of this: x squared y double prime minus 3xy prime plus 4y. So divide everything by x squared. So there'll be x squared here, x squared here. And now our y is actually going to be equal to what's ever being divided. Okay? So it's going to be x squared. Okay? So this is before, we cancel this stuff out. So y is going to be equal to x squared. Now let's cancel this and this out. So it's just minus 3 over x. And that's what your p of x is going to be. Now we're going to start plugging into this formula. So y was x squared integral of e to the power of p of x, which is minus 3 over x, dx, all over x squared to the power of 2 dx. So this is just, x to the power of 1. We can take out this negative, so those negatives cancel out. And the integral of, and we can also take out a 3. So that's just ln of x. Okay? Oh yeah, but then plus c at the end. And I can take this to the power of, 3. And then this I can rewrite as EC. Okay, now this and this cancels each other out. So now we have the following. Okay, and I see this and this cancels each other out. So this goes down even further until the integral of 1 over x, and this is a constant. So I'll just take this out. Okay, and that's just x squared. Wait, I'll call this c1. Okay, so that'll just be x squared c1 times ln of x plus c2. Okay, so let's see what I can do now. So wait, so this is actually my y2. Wait, never mind. Okay, and to get my y2, I'm gonna have c1 to be equal to 1 and c2 to be equal to 0. Okay, all right. So that just about does it. Now, before we finish, I'm gonna show you how to derive this thing. Okay, so the derivation of this is actually not too tricky. So recall, we want this in the following format. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let y2 equal uy. Okay, and since we're allowing that, we're gonna take the derivative of that as well. So it'll be y prime plus uy prime. Okay, now take the second derivative. So that's y double prime, sorry, u double prime y plus u prime y prime plus u prime y prime plus u y double prime. Okay, and then we can just add these two up. Alright, now, so this is u double prime. Now we plug this into here, we plug this into here, and we plug this into here. So things are about to get a little messy, so let's try and do this as neat as possible. Oops, hold on. Alright, now we're gonna unfortunately FOIL this all out. Actually, it's not actually too bad. We don't really have to FOIL the first part out. We just have to really FOIL the p of x part out. Oh wait, never mind. We have to also collect like terms. That's a horrible part. Okay, now notice something interesting here. This part, this part, and this part. Let me put them all on one side. So we have u double prime plus p of x u y prime plus f of x u y. Let me factor the u from all of this. Okay, and then let me put everything else. So u double prime y plus 2 u prime y prime plus p of x u prime y. Notice this is in the same format as this, okay? Because this is the same thing as y double prime plus p of x y prime plus f of x y equals 0. Wait, and see how it's all equal to 0? So this will just be 0. So now we can just focus on this. Okay, so it looks good so far. Now, next thing we're going to do is so we're going to set u prime to be equal to w, and that means u double prime should be equal to w prime. So we'll write this as the following. Okay, so it looks good so far. Now we're going to rewrite this. Sorry, we're going to rewrite w prime as dw over dx times y plus 2w, and rewrite the y prime as dy over dx plus p of x w times y. Okay? Now this next thing we're going to do is divide this whole thing by 1 over w. So foiling everything out. Wait, actually, what we're going to do is do this. Let's do it like that instead. Okay? So it's going to be dw over dx times 1 over w plus 2 over y dy over dx plus p of x equals 0. And then finally, we're going to do times everything by d of x. So we're going to have dw over w plus 2 of y d of y. Hold on, sorry, not d of w, d of y plus p of x dx. Okay, now we're almost done, and this all equals to 0. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to integrate all of this. So integrate, integrate, and integrate. So this becomes ln of w. This becomes 2 ln of y. Yep. And what's next? This becomes yeah, we'll just leave this as p of x dx. Okay. Now we can bring this 2 into here, so it'll be y squared. Okay. And we can combine these two lns. We can rewrite this as ln of w times y squared, and we'll bring this to the other side because it's all equals 0. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is take everything to the power of e. So this and this cancels out. Okay, now divide by y squared. And what was w? Recall w was u prime. So we'll put u prime here. And if we integrate u prime, that's equal to u, right? So we're going to integrate this and integrate this with respect to dx. So this turns into u. And what was u? U was here. U was y. So y squared is equal to uy. Y squared is equal to uy. So u squared over y is equal to u. So this will be u squared over y. And we'll just bring the y here. And there we go. That's our formula.